Hey guys, Mauro here. I want to talk about limiting beliefs. Let's talk about, I want to talk about the way I work with limiting beliefs, the way I do it with the people that I coach, with the people that I train playing tennis, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna talk how the same way I work with the athletes and the same way we work, and I work personally with non-athletes about the limiting belief. This is something that for years this is my technique of coaching, of teaching tennis, and this is my technique of me approaching pretty much anything in life. It's the same thing applied from the tennis court to school, to anything you're dealing with, when it comes down to limiting beliefs. Okay, the first thing I want to mention is whenever I have a student that I know that has limiting beliefs, usually that happens because they feel like they don't have. They say, okay, well, I'm probably not as tall, I'm probably not as fast as that guy. Probably my serve is not as good, or my forehand, or my volley, or my backhand, whatever. So there is something that they feel that they are lacking. And they usually know which is the one thing that we need to work on, which is the same thing that you want to do. Okay, the limiting belief that you have is usually because sometimes it's hard for us to accept it, but we know, and we have pretty well pinpointed the one thing that we know that we need to work on. Okay, so let's say that you have a limiting beliefs. You're trying to be you're starting to be an architect, let's say, and you say, you know what, I don't want to be just like a regular, like just one more architect. I wanna build houses, but I have a love for churches. Let's grow. I want to be so good that I get to have projects as big as building, like 20-story apartments and churches. I want to be really good. So you usually gonna have an idea on the things that you need to work on while you're going to school, and this thing that you're starting to build, and you say, okay, so what do I need to, if I want to go further than that? What do I need if I want to design something, if I want to create plans for a church, or something like that. So those are things that you want, that we usually notice right away. So the first thing that you want to do in my process is, the first thing that you do is that you learn the technical aspect of the things. You learn the technical aspect of whatever it is that you need to learn. You're usually gonna be, if let's say if it's the architect that wants to build churches, then you have to learn the technicalities on drawing and building churches. Drawing, I'm talking about being in architecture and then building the church. So you're gonna focus on that. Anything else that you're thinking, anything else that you have in mind, you're gonna have, I'm sure you have kind of like an idea in your head of what is it that I need to do, what is it that I need to learn. Don't pay attention to the thought that is telling you that you're not gonna be capable of becoming that person, of achieving that goal. Just don't pay attention to that, and just focus completely, and I'm saying entirely, on what do I need to learn. What are the tools that I need to learn? What is it what is it gonna take, talking about knowledge, in order to become that person, in order to create that goal. So that's a step number one. Okay, that's a step where you have to work a lot, and sometimes you're gonna be out of your comfort zone, because you have to learn things that you got to go through things that you are not used to go through. Like, this is a different field of architecture, this is a different field of whatever it is that you want, but that's how it is. The first thing is, you need the tools, you need knowledge. That is the knowledge, which is what you need. Okay, once you work the technique, I teach the person when I teach tennis. I say, okay, let's work with your forehand. So we work completely on the forehand technically. Once that person knows how to hit the forehand, I work with them. Let's hit the forehand with you just standing there. Now we're gonna hit that forehand with you on the run. We're gonna be moving. We're gonna move moving to the side. You have to move back. You have to get out of the way. You have to move forward. You have to react to fast shots. You have to react to deep shots. You have to react to different spins, to different speeds. So technically, the person that is learning the forehand is learning every, like almost, I mean, there is no way you can learn every shot, you know, but that just happens with match play, hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. And it's the same thing. You're gonna learn whatever you want to learn. You have to hit the books, or whatever is gonna give you the knowledge. You gotta do it over and over, work on it. Once you get the knowledge, what you're gonna focus in when I'm teaching is I say, okay, the one thing that we're gonna focus now, that's what I call solid hitting. The first part, by the way, is called technique learning. The second part is just solid hitting. Solid hitting is, I tell them, you're just gonna hit the ball over and over and over. I don't care, don't pay attention where your shot is going. Don't pay attention where the ball is going. The only thing you wanna focus entirely is at getting that ball at the right place, and you're gonna focus in your bubble. You're gonna focus in the aspect, you're gonna focus in the technique, you're gonna focus in the aspect of your footwork, the technique, you're in the right place, you're getting the ball at the right height, you're getting the ball in front of you. All the things that you need to work on the technique, all the things that you need to work on your goal, you're gonna do it. That process, whatever it takes, you're gonna work on that. And I say, you hit that ball and you don't care where that ball is going. Only thing I want you to focus in, just hit that ball solid. Solid means you're gonna hit that ball clean, perfectly centered in the strings of the racket. Don't hit it with the frame. Just hit it with your strings. That means that you're gonna, when you make contact with the ball, you're not gonna move your head and follow the ball and see where it goes. Don't worry about where the ball is going. Focus entirely on doing it correctly. Just hit that ball centered. Don't worry where the shot is going. Just hit that ball solid over and over and over and over. Even if that ball flies over the fence, don't worry about it. For now, you're just gonna focus on hitting that ball clean, meaning you have to move your feet, you have to get there in the right at the right timing, you have to be at the right distance, you gotta do the right swing, everything. Just bubble. You're just gonna focus inside the bubble, what takes the technique, the process, okay? So when you're doing that and you're a non-athlete, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna apply it to whatever it is that you wanna do over and over. You have to try over and over, try to do it the best way you can, one time, two times, and you're not gonna look at the result. All you're gonna do is, I'm just gonna try to do it over and over, you know, and I fall and I get back up, and I fall and I get back up, and I fall and I fix it, and what went wrong, this, get back up, do it again, and I'm gonna fail again, you know, what went wrong, this, let's fix it, and get back up and try again. And you do that process over and over and over. And when you keep, the key here is that you keep the ball away from your eyes. You keep the result away from your attention. You just focus entirely pounding and then pounding and pounding and pounding the process. And that's when things start to happen. That's when your game, that's when your mind, that's when your technique, that's when you're learning, that's when your knowledge starts to click little by little. Every rejection, every failure starts to work, and then you find out that you start doing much better. But again, the key here is don't follow the ball. Don't follow the result, because that's what keeps you away from focusing what you have in front of you, and mostly from what you have inside your bubble. One thing that you have to get in your mind is, you don't want, I'm not gonna be like, okay, you know, I will do this thing and I will keep doing it only if I get to do it well for the first 2 or 3 times, or within the first 5 tries. If I do it right, I'll keep going. If you condition your effort, forget it. Go back to your couch, sit down, keep doing nothing. You cannot condition, and I always talk in my videos, if you if you're gonna try anything in life, the first law that you have to be at, the first law that you have to understand and be at peace with and accept and adapt to it is the fact that no matter how hard you try, there is no guarantee that things are going to turn out. There is no guarantee, period. We always hear about the good stories of after 20,000 tries, things happen. The truth is that there are tons of stories of people that tried thousands and thousands of times and they ended up failing, but they became another person, they improved in something else, and they ended up, the guarantee too is that you're gonna become a better person and something good is gonna come up and something good is gonna come out of it, okay? So remember, don't condition your effort, okay? All right, guys, well, I hope it helps. Remember, the number of one step, the technique learning, and the solid one. The second one is solid hitting, pounding the thing, and just stick into it, all right? I hope you like it. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Thank you.